In this video, I'm going to show you 6 different neighborhoods all in West Mobile that are going to range in price from around $350,000 all the way up to just over $700,000. So I'm going to give you the tour, I'm going to show you the neighborhood, the front entrance, and we're going to talk a little bit about whether they have city services or whether they're on a septic tank. All of that coming right up. Now we're standing here in front of a house in Lexington, in West Mobile. Of course, we're going to give you the grand tour of the neighborhood and talk about all the things related to the neighborhood. But I want to let you guys know, my name's Jeff with Keller Williams. I've lived here in the city of Mobile my whole life, and I absolutely love it when I look down at my phone and there's a number I don't recognize, and it's one of you all with questions about the moving process or just questions in general about the city of Mobile. So call the number on the screen, shoot me a message, an email, but don't forget to like and subscribe because we're dropping brand new videos all the time about everything that has to do with the city of Mobile. So let's get started. So driving around Lexington, you will see that this is definitely not a cookie cutter neighborhood. What you're going to see a lot of trees, a lot of oak trees, some pine trees, sidewalks. These houses are going to range in size probably between 3,000 square feet and around 4,500 square feet. The property taxes on a house like this, so on a 4,000 square foot house, you're looking at about $2,700 for the year. And homeowners insurance is going to range from around $3,200 or so up to around maybe $4,500 or $5,000, depending on who you go with. But you have city services, so you've got the garbage that happens once a week, and then you have trash day every 2 weeks. And it's a small neighborhood. You've got somewhere in around 75 or 80 houses, so it's just a giant circle. But yep, you can tell these folks really take care of their yards. It's beautiful. Now, one thing I think I failed to mention about Lexington, from a price standpoint, you're looking at about $430-ish, up to probably around $550, $560, just depending on the square footage. So that's the price point there. But one thing to keep in mind, so Lexington is on Cody Road, and we're staying on Cody. We're continuing to show you more houses there. But right in this area, you've got Cody Road, then it crosses over Cottage Hill. You've got a gas station here, you've got a pharmacy there, and then right down the street, you've got all kind of shopping, grocery stores. So all of that is super convenient. And I would say there's a Starbucks within about 5 minutes of there. So all the important things are right in this area. Okay, so we're standing out in front of Charleston Oaks, which is, well, I would say it's on Cody Road, but actually Cody Road, it actually changes names from Cody to Solly. So if you live in Mobile, it's Cody here, and then you cross over Cottage Hill, and then it becomes Solly. Well, Solly goes all the way down to 3 Notch Road. But Charleston Oaks, it's around the same size as Lexington. There aren't a ton of houses, but the houses are a little bit bigger and more expensive. So in Charleston Oaks, you're looking at around $500 to get into the neighborhood, and then they go north of $1 million. You've got some massive houses in here. Of course, we're going to show you the details on that. But it's absolutely gorgeous. So hope you enjoy a little preview of Charleston Oaks. At this place, big lots, big houses. Now, one of the things I failed to mention was the school system. So for Lexington and for Charleston Oaks, you've got elementary, you've got O'Rourke, middle school, you've got Burns, and for high school, you've got Davidson. Now, I want you to pan the camera around and check out that house right there. That house is amazing. Let's just take it in. This neighborhood is beautiful. They're, larger lots. You'd call this like an estate-sized lot. But yeah, it's beautiful. Out in West Mobile, you're convenient to everything, right off Cottage Hill Road, and you're not far from I-10. If you want to just hop on Solly, go all the way out, and you'll be there pretty quickly. And once again, like you've seen in a lot of my other videos, well, there are a lot of oak trees in Mobile. So a lot of people ask questions, what about hurricanes and, the trees falling down? Well, pine trees are very different than oak trees. But, the way I look at it is, hey, tree's been here a long time, and it's held on through many hurricanes, and if it's time to go, it's time to go. But the other thing is, when you're looking at homeowners insurance if you live in Mobile, it's going to include wind and hail. A lot of people will call that hurricane coverage, but that's what they refer to it as, wind and hail. So all that stuff's important, but connecting with an insurance agent, they'll take care of all those details. Now, one of the things that Mobile has a lot of, and that is churches. And right across the street from Charleston Oaks is the Luke 418 Fellowship. And then right down here, there's another church, and then down from that, there's another church. So lots of churches in Mobile. You've heard of the Bible Belt. Well, we like to say we are the buckle of the Bible Belt. Lots of churches. Okay, now another neighborhood that I want to feature today is called Winfield. Now this neighborhood, well, it's a little bit bigger than Charleston Oaks and Lexington, but it's also, it's got some amenities. And when I say amenities, well, there's a lake in there. And one of the other things about Winfield is that there is new construction going on right now. So they're opening up areas in the back, and those houses, well, they're going to be in the $600,000 and $700,000 range for new construction. But Winfield in general, they hover around the $550,000 range. And so they're around that, 3,500 square feet, and it goes north. But Winfield, well, Winfield, so it's a little more out, but it's still relatively close. So let's take a look. Now, one thing you will notice is this neighborhood, as well as the last two neighborhoods that we've talked about, they all have sidewalks. And this is the kind of neighborhood you'll see a lot of folks, out walking their dog or walking themselves, getting exercise, and it's got some hills to it, so definitely good for exercise. But also with school systems, this as well is O'Rourke for elementary, Burns for middle school, and Davidson for high school. Now, not to mention, of course, there are several private schools in the area, but if you're looking for public schools, that's the school system. Now, we mentioned about new construction. Well, you can see we've got the things going on, but here is the beginning of that new construction. So obviously, these houses are going to be a little more expensive because the last few years, well, the cost of construction has gone up tremendously, but they're also developing. We've still got some lots for sale over here, and then they're continuing to develop this area. So Winfield is an opportunity for you to live in a well-established neighborhood in a brand new house. So I mentioned that Winfield has a lake. Well, it's right behind me. And you can tell folks have canoes, kayaks, all kind of things. But if you don't live here and you're thinking about hopping in the lake, well, got bad news for you. As we continue our journey on Church Row, there are so many churches out here. This is Oak Park Church off of Solly Road, and it's right across the street from a neighborhood called Raleigh. And we're going to go into Raleigh and give you the grand tour. It looks like it. I've got no traffic. All right, we are pulling into Raleigh now, and you'll see it's a beautiful entranceway and beautiful houses, big lots, sidewalks, so many great things, and can't wait for you to see it. So Raleigh, like Lexington and Charleston Oaks, going to be a smaller neighborhood. Of course, sidewalks, and again, it's still in the same school system, O'Rourke, Burns, and Davidson. But these houses are a little newer. In fact, there's still some vacant lots here, and there's a house I believe is still under construction right now. Now, one of the things I will tell you is these houses sell super fast. Last year, I wrote an offer for a client, and I mean, it was a killer offer, like great offer. It was above asking price. I mean, it was just great. And we didn't get it. Somebody came in like Miley Cyrus on a wrecking ball and just bam! I mean, blew every other offer out of the water. It was crazy. But that's because this is a very popular neighborhood. These houses, they're all custom built homes. There's no spec houses in here, that is for sure. And there's a lot of green and a lot of trees. So recently, I saw a house for sale in Raleigh that was around 3,300 square feet, and I think the price was about $550. So that should tell you kind of what we're going for, price per square foot. But to get in here, I think the low end is the upper fours, maybe $485, and then the high end, well, they're going above $600. And so Raleigh, it's a beautiful place. I'm going to show you a new construction here in just a second, and you'll see not only their established homes, but new houses being built today. Now, these lots in this cul-de-sac, they're not huge, but I will tell you the price for a lot over here was running around $50,000, and as you can tell, got some beautiful construction going on. Super nice. Okay, so I'm standing in front of Cameron Place, and this is right off of Grelot. This is a little less expensive, so you're looking more like maybe 300 to around 450, but it's right across the street from Stonehenge, and I'm going to show you that in just a few minutes. We're going to let the airplane pass. And that's the great thing that we're actually going to talk about is some of these houses, actually 3 of these neighborhoods that I'm featuring, they're all in the flight path because the airport in West Mobile is fairly close. Now, if you've watched my other videos, you'll know that the airport is getting ready to move from West Mobile to downtown in an area called Brookley. But I will tell you, because I do live in the flight path, it's not that bad. You actually kind of get used to it. So, but here we are, Cameron Place. These houses are again in that 300 to around 450 range. So let's go take a look. Now, one of the things about Cameron Place is, as you can tell, this is not in the city because you've got private garbage pickup. So you have to actually pay for that. Whereas some of the other neighborhoods like Lexington, you don't have to pay for that because you live in the city and that comes kind of with the deal. Now, property tax is a little less expensive out here. So, you know, a house out here in the 350 range, you're looking at around $1,200 to $1,400 a year on property tax. And one thing I did not touch on is the HOA. So all of these neighborhoods that I've shown you today, including the one I'm about to, they all have HOAs. But honestly, in Mobile, you don't hear these horror stories about these super strict HOAs. So this one for this neighborhood's around $300. I know Lexington, I think, is around $400. And the others are probably in that $400 to $500, maybe $600 range. So school system, and a little bit different. Still have the same high school and elementary school, but the middle school for this neighborhood is Causey. So a little bit different, but yep, this goes to show you sidewalks. These houses are probably around 2,200-ish to maybe 3,500 square feet. So nice houses, very convenient. So for the last neighborhood that I'm going to feature, this is called Stonehedge. And I thought it was appropriate to show you how cool this is. I'm standing over here, this little bridge over this really awesome creek. This neighborhood is kind of secluded, you know, but it's right off Grelot, so it's very convenient to everything. But this neighborhood, well, these houses, this neighborhood's not been around too long, so you've got a lot of new construction in here. And the prices, well, they keep going up. People love Stonehenge, and all I've heard are great things. So Stonehenge, super nice neighborhood in West Mobile, very convenient. You know, pricing, there's some houses for sale in here right now, and they're around the 700,000 range. And there's some that are a little more expensive, and then there's some that are around the 500. But some of these houses, they've been around for 20 years. And then, of course, I mentioned that there's some new construction as well, so I'm going to show you that. But you can just tell these houses, and when you walk up to this house, it's like, it really makes a statement. Now, I mentioned that this is a well-established neighborhood. Some of the houses are 20 years old, but as you can tell, well, brand new construction going on right there. And so I'm sure the house is going to be incredible. And there's some new houses down here we'll show you as well. But the HOA for Stonehenge is $600 a year. And, you know, of course, they take care of things like, you know, the median and the grass in the area. And then, of course, also they take care of things like lighting. You know, got to have lighting at the front of the neighborhood. Property taxes, you know, you're probably looking at around $3,000 a year. And, of course, these larger houses are probably going to be closer to $4,000. And this beast of a house, there's no telling what it's going to be like. But that is going to be incredible. So Stonehenge, super nice area. And, yeah, you know, you're looking to spend around $600 to $750, you can live right here. And that's it, folks. 6 different neighborhoods, all in West Mobile, and their price ranges from around $300,000 all the way up well over $1 million. So I wanted to give you an overview of some things to expect. You know, talk about like the city of Mobile, living in the county, talking about garbage, HOA, the school systems, all of those details. But I wanted to show you the houses, so if you're looking, you're thinking about moving to this area, you'll actually know what to expect, and there won't be any surprises when you pull in town. But hey, don't forget, like and subscribe, because each week we're dropping a brand new video about all things Mobile. I love to hear from you. I love getting that phone call, you know, the text message, the email. Any questions you have, shoot it down below. I can't wait to hear from you. And as always, hey, Mobile, Alabama is the place to be.